Good morning, welcome to a morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking on Monday the 30th of November. Okay, so last day of the month. Let's see where we're going. The euro dollar is consolidated on Friday around the same sort of price levels as the previous Wednesday. Actually, it just managed to hold up just above the lows. There is a chance now of running back up towards the weekly pivot, which we can see above us at 106.18, that sort of area. So there's a potential upside there. The trend is firmly down at the moment in the main, although this 4-hourly picture suggests, well, a bit of a more of a wedge. We didn't quite manage to break the lows on a couple of occasions now, so it's sort of putting into starting a wedge pattern there possibly. However, looking at shorter time frames, well, let's come back down to the hourly, and what we see here is the potential of the daily pivot and the weekly pivot above us, which has got some reasonable draw. At the moment, I've just drawn the trend line across the highs here. Break of that for me really gives a potential, as I say, for these 2 points to be hit. Now, the weekly does not always get hit on the Monday of the week, but it is pretty close here. It's in a decent range, so a break of this level here, and it's around about 25 pips away, so it would make sense. And with an R1 above there, it could even be a third target if it was to get any legs. Alternatively though, break of these lows early on this morning, well, we could see a test back to Wednesday's lows and maybe even the S1 there. The pound dollar, just checking the euro's not got anything significant. It's already had German retail sales out this morning. It's got nothing significant coming out that will affect the euro there. It's obvious. Okay, let's have a look at the pound dollar. And we're testing this sort of area, which I believe runs way back there. It's just finding support off that at the moment. Maybe it, with this new near-term high at least, it's just pull this back. I must go right away back for that to be in play. Yeah, just testing that area at the moment. It is a new near-term low for sure. Looks like it's since earlier this year. So potential from there, well, potential pull back towards that mean regression line that I had on the dailies there. From the hourly perspective, we've got the daily and weekly and the R1. Well, more interested in daily and weekly statistically, if only I could say that, which are above us, which could cause a significant draw, but we do need to break back through these 21s, which, well, the simple figure there just had a reaction this morning, maybe a bit of drive, and that could give us potential. The euro looks a slight bit easier of a job than what we're seeing here with the pound at the moment, but certainly got the potential for the daily and weekly pivot. However, any sort of break of these lows could see us going into further lower territory towards that 1.5 area, which will be a key number, particularly it's well, 1.5002. I think that could give us a decent bounce if we were to get down there. It'll certainly be a psychological number that will be in the markets there. May just break it a little bit, but certainly a key pivotal level. Dollar yen. Right, as you see, this is a funny old pattern. It's consolidating again in the short term. I mean, we've had the whole month of September where it just consolidated, and we're getting this sort of nearly quite a long period in November now. Since the 9th of November, it's been in quite a tight range. Not looking wonderful, but if it can break this 4-hourly 100, maybe we could see further upside. That equates as this 200 moving average here. Looking at the 60-minute, well, potentially got to push up to that R1 area at some stage, but we've got the untouched pivot below, and that may just give us enough legs to run back down to the south side. So there is the possibility on that. Aussie dollar. So it's pulled back to its monthly pivot on the dailies here. It's quite a neat little pattern at the moment. Bull flag sort of territory, putting in from a daily perspective, it obviously isn't finished, but from the 4-hourly perspective, put a nice hammer sitting in there. Just need to be able to break these levels above us. We've got the weekly pivot again above us, coming down to 60-minute. You can see where we are, daily pivot just before that. So a break of this, let's say trend line, it's just a straightforward resistance line. If we can break that level, maybe it could be back on for the daily and 50 MA and weekly pivot. So whole combination of things there, all pretty close together. Which the 50 MA may just draw it in. It has been tested before, so there's a chance it could break, which any sustained rally would see us run towards the R1. At the to the downside, I hadn't drawn it on yet because it's a bit iffy, but I say a bit iffy because it's such a steep curve here, a steep line here, but perhaps looking more down on the lower time frames. But if we just see a break of these lows, it's around about 71.87 there, 86 sort of area, those lows, we may come back down towards that S1, not quite being pipped, so there's a chance of it running back down towards that. Okay, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, and finally, it's been shifting back and continuing sort of in this daily trend towards the upside. It's getting pretty close to these prior sort of highs. It's just short of the 134. Could easily push on, I guess, back towards those ultimate highs that we saw it pip up earlier last week. But it has got the weekly pivot below us at the moment, coming down the time frames, and you can see there's a bit of divergence going on with these more recent highs as well. So break of this trend line is much more the traditional way of actually trading this. So if we put that on there, so if we get a break of this trend line or even a break of these lows, it's more of a traditional way of trading an RSI divergence, and we could see it coming back to the weekly and daily pivot. The thing that we've got here that's slightly different is we've got these 21s which are not tested properly yet. So any test of those 21s may see a bounce back up, so you've just got to be wary of those. But it's still, as I say, it really needs to break these lows here for me here. It'd be a more sensible point of possible entry. But there is the divergence on the bigger time frame there. Okay, that's pretty much it. Just checking through the news, as I say, German retail sales already gone. There's a German prelim CPI figures that come out this morning, right up to about midday, so they can give very small kickers, and but I think it's quite irrelevant whatever the German CPI is at the moment, because the rest of Europe is struggling so much. It's more likely that at some point we're going to see we're going to see some potential further easing. The rest of the day, very little in terms of significant news out there. So I'm just looking at there are some key meetings this week, and particularly on Wednesday or Thursday. I believe it's Thursday. Well, it's just Canadian. Oh yeah, that'll be it then. We've got quite a lot going on this week because we're running into non-farm payrolls Friday. Just looking what's going on earlier part. We've got manufacturing in China, okay, cash rate Australia. So we've got the Australian interest rate decision. That's key coming up. Got Bank of England Carney speaking. Okay, that's Tuesday. I thought we got the some data coming out. Yeah, ECB data coming out on Thursday. So interest rate decision on Thursday, or let's say the ECB meeting. So on Thursday, so could get some price action on Thursday. So and then the non-farm payrolls Friday. So really quite a big week coming forward, and plus with the UK data that comes out. So it should be an interesting week ahead. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.